everybody, this is Gohar here, and today I am playing Red Embrace Hollywood. It is a visual novel game. It is made by Argent Games. Um, According to what the summary is, you are a person who just moved to Hollywood and you are going to get bitten and all that jazz. But I played a very, I'll be honest, I played a few minutes of it to do what I had to do for this thumbnail. So that was pretty much all for it. But if you enjoyed this content of me reading a visual novel, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and to be notified, subscribe to my channel and share amongst your peers and everyone else. Okay, and now let's get this thing going. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna create our character. We're gonna do this. Oops, this, this. Um, gonna do that. Gonna kind of make this quick. Uh, oh, wait, hold on. There we go. And this eyeshadow. And we're gonna name her Gold. Like I said, I've already done play a little bit of it for the first session for what I need to do for the thumbnail, but we are not going to skip the intro, so we're gonna keep going. Everyone comes to Hollywood for a reason. Saints, sinners, artists, anti-artists, and all of the beautiful people in America. On September 24th, 1996, I became one of those people. But, but why did I go to Hollywood? And here's my choice of right here: to become a legend, to charm my way into Hollywood's heart, to discover every dark secret. How do I save? I'm going to save it here. Yeah, there we go. We're going to charm my way into Hollywood's heart. At the center of Hollywood was the essence of Gallimore, the source of so much magic, so many dreams. I used my looks and charisma to get there, and then I weave a web of allies to help me for years to come. Of course, that was just the reason why. The how, that was something different. I came to Hollywood as an artist creating beauty, a visionary seeking truth, a rebel making waves. I would go with an artist creating beauty. I always had a passion for expressing myself, creating what I found to be beautiful. A painter, a writer, an actor. I actually wanted to be two of the three when I was younger. Okay, continue on. No matter what I did, I knew Hollywood was the place to bring my vision to life. Hold on here. For 2 weeks, I prowled around the Sunset Strip, learning the ins and outs of Hollywood. Each night, I felt my dreams getting closer, more real. The glittering celebrity world was opening its doors to me, beckoning me inside. Until 2 weeks later, on October 8th, when it happened. I've gone to a club, but not just any club. One that hosted the darker side of LA nightlife. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's change this up a little bit. I wasn't disappointed. Eerily beautiful people everywhere, swathed in dark clothes, slow, hypnotic music, the rattling of dancers in cages. Something felt different about this place. It wasn't just another club. No, it felt more like another world. Oppressive, seductive, terrifying. To calm my nerves, I approached the bar to order my favorite drink, something strong, spicy, and colorful, sweet, light, and rich, bitter, complex, and dark. Um, let's go with um sweet, light, and rich. It was delicious, but I didn't get more than a few seconds to enjoy the taste. When I looked up, someone down the bar was staring at me intently. A tall, dark-haired man dressed in all black, his gaunt face matched by a skull-piercing stare. After a few moments, he stalked closer, only stopping when his chest nearly touched mine. But it didn't feel like a pickup, not even like both flirting. Suddenly, I knew I was in very real danger. And yet, as I stared at my own reflection in his dilated pupils, I realized I couldn't move. I was completely hypnotized by what he whispered in my ear, too busy to look in his eyes, his terrifying beauty. Let's say his terrifying beauty. Pale skin, the same shade as his corpse, and sunken eyes that shone feverishly. Like a perverse Adonis, he looked perfect and statuesque, yet twisted under the marble surface. I couldn't look away. Sinking his long nails against my shoulder, the man led me towards the 50 hallway with its filthier bathrooms, wild moans and the wheezing of people who sniffed too many drugs leaked from under the doors, along with weak fluorescent light. But I didn't have much time to appreciate the cinematic moment. The man grabbed my hair and pushed me against the wall, which was full of posters for bands nobody cared about. I'm going to change your life forever, but you'll never learn my name, he whispered. How does that make you feel? I feel like you're crazy. Why won't you give me your name? I came here to change. Uh, how can I say this? Hold on. I'm gonna be a little nice. I have many names, Gold. None of them matter as much as yours. And those low words rumbled in his throat. He smiled. And two long, cruel fangs glimmered between his lips. Fangs? No, they couldn't be real. And yet, for some horrible reason, I knew they were. In that moment, I suddenly felt full of lust and horrible rapture, gripped by fear. Remember, I am still hypnotized by this guy. So we're gonna go with this option. I trembled with excitement. This had always been my fantasy. I didn't care if it was only a wet dream. I wanted to be enthralled, drained, ravished. Oh, that looks so cool. And then I felt the bite. An agonizing pain gripped through me, searing to my neck, spreading through my whole body. I couldn't make a sound. I couldn't do anything except stand still, just like a deer in headlights. But slowly, the pain started to melt away. Warm, erythritix tingle bubbled through my neck and down my spine. I let out a low moan before I could stop it, but the sound just blended into the murky background of music and laughter. It was better than anything. Better than sex, better than drugs, better than money or love or fame, and yet it felt like all of those things rolled up into one sensation. His icy hands and lip pulled me down into his incredible utopia until my body couldn't take it anymore. I felt the blood drain from my veins, my breathing coming to a halt, my heart finally stopping. I realized what was happening, but I was too drawn in pure, mindless bliss to even care. I was dying. Was I dead? Drink. Something pressed against my lips. A metallic liquid dripped down my throat, sending a jolt through my body. I should have been dead, but I wasn't. Instead, I was half awake, half dreaming. In the middle of that surreal moment, I felt strangely enlightened, radiant, powerful. Radiant. It was like I'd been thrown into the center of the universe and I belonged there. I burned like 100,000 suns until I blinded even myself. And so hell spread its legs. Oh my. And his voice rests harshly in my ear. The world went dark. Well, that was an interesting prologue. Wow, that's amazing. Just to let you guys know, I don't own the right to the song, and anybody that's tried to copyright claim this channel, I'm gonna let you know you don't own the right to this song either. The one that actually hold the right to the song is Argent Games. I really do appreciate it if you keep your false copyright claims to yourself. Thank you. I don't own the rights to this. So, these are all the characters here. Most like, oh, I think that guy must be the final boss or something. Man, I'm just kind of curious how far it go. Okay, so that was the intro. The next thing I knew, I was on the sidewalk outside the club. What the hell was I doing here? Had I blacked out? Was this a dream? I couldn't remember walking outside even though I hadn't drunk anything strong. But I did remember that strange man. What he said to me. The bite. The bite. Did that mean no? What a stupid thing to think. That must have just been a weird hallucination brought on by the flashing of lights and pounding music. So she says. It serves me right for going to such a sleazy club, honestly. Oh, that what she thinks. Honestly, that what she thinks. I stumbled through the streets, fighting the urge to stop and vomit. I could feel my skin growing cold. My mouth was dry, and I didn't need to breathe. yet it almost felt like I was floating too, effortlessly gliding forward. At the same time, a surge of painful, mothering emotions rushed through me, and if I could have cried, I think I would have. No, no, none of this was possible. There had to be some other explanation. Vampires didn't exist. But if they didn't exist, then what was I becoming? By the time I rounded the corner to an alleyway, I was ready to slump down and crawl up until I figured out what the hell was going on. But as soon as the alley came into view, I saw someone standing there watching me. Not just watching, it seemed more like he was waiting for me. Hmm? He took a deep breath, slowly shaking his head. You smell fresh. If I strained my ears, I can almost hear water dripping back into the baptismal font. The man's deep voice was accented with an artistic southern drawl, each word slow and empathetic. His manner of speech reminded me of a preacher, metallic and a little theatrical, but almost intently. I sensed that something about him was different, wrong somehow. Are you like me? Is this a dream? Who the hell are you? Is this a dream? Dream? We're all part of a dream, sister. The devil's dream of his children playing here on earth. But no, you are not asleep, if that's what you're asking. A knowing smile stretched over his lips, and he adjusted his sunglasses smugly. Now, as for introductions, I am the Grand Master who plays blindfolded. That cut on your that cut on your hand. You don't remember getting that scratch out face on the yearbook photo. They call me Marcus, and I'm happy to join you for the best and worst nights of your existence. After tipping an imaginary hat to me, he flashed a wide grin, and I glimpsed two small white fangs shining in the light. No need to mention your own name, Gold, so don't worry. I know exactly who you are. How? This is the first time I ever met you and that guy. And now, you're one of us. A night stalker, a bloodsucker, an overblown myth hiding a horrible monster. You are a vampire, sister. Welcome to the Valley of Death. It's already been turned into a vampire. They can't be real. Vampires aren't real. Stop BSing me and tell me the truth. Well, not quite. Right now, I say you're more resemble a walking corpse. It's not until you sink your fangs into a live body, feel the heat flowing into your cold guts, that you start to shift into something more. My brain didn't feel like it could process what Marcus was saying. Everything made sense, but at the same time, it all just seemed too insane to be real. As if he could sense my confusion, Marcus let out a patient sigh. Considering you still look benounced, let me try to put the facts of the situation in simpler terms. You merely turn into a different kind of parasite, sister. An honest one. Money, sex, favors. You won't have to suck those out of human folk anymore. They will simply fall into your lap. Just blood. Just blood is all you need now. Doesn't that make you feel relieved? Actually, it doesn't. Marcus simply paused, taking a deep, long sniff of the air. A few moments later, he leaned towards me, this time sniffing close to my neck. Where are you? Get the hell away from. Okay, I go with this one. What are you? 100% what are you doing? It's Gray. I see. I see. I had a feeling. You shine too brightly, sister. Far too brightly for a dead thing. Even a fine mask won't hide the rot inside. But maybe there's another reason you were chosen for that house too. He winked at me, grinning like we shared some priceless inside joke. Except I didn't get the punchline. You're really freaking me out here. Oh, what do you mean, Escry? Indeed, you'll learn plenty about them soon enough. About yourself, rather. For now, you should at least know this. You were bitten by an Escray vampire, which means your blood has taken out those qualities and you're a part of that house. Hold on for a few minutes, guys. Okay, I'm back. You have my sincerest apologies. Whoa, wait a minute, is the house is really that bad? His lips curled into a slow, insidious smirk that suggests his apologies were anything but sincere. Okay. Was anything he said to me sincere though? Did he really know what was happening to me, or was he just some crazy druggie on the street? With my mind reeling like this, I couldn't decide which situation was more plausible. Alright, I do believe that's enough. Before you get into any trouble, there is someone you need to meet. Come now, back to the pen like a good little lamb. Alright, this is really suspicious. I'm not going anywhere with you. Hold on, how are my stats looking? I haven't even checked my stats. Okay, it seems like I'm more human-like, and I'm more reserved, and I'm more again to be diplomatic than anything. So, hold on. So I'll just still be reserved. What a docile thing you are. What? What did you just call me? Before I had a chance to offer a reply, he just tossed me. Marcus grabbed my shoulders, putting me forcefully toward the street. Stay quiet, try to struggle. Why are you taking me? My cry was met with only silence, which just worried me more. When we reached the street a few moments later, I noticed a black sedan parked in front of us. It had been there when I walked by earlier. Don't worry, my dear. We wouldn't dream of making you high in anything but luxury. His voice drew in my ear, ringing with amusement as he opened the back seat door. That's real comforting. Thanks. We? Who is we? I'd probably be a little searched. Actually, this will probably be the right question to ask. Oh, you'll see soon enough. Without further ceremony, Marcus shoved me inside the sedan, squeezing in behind me. Do I get a breathing room? The second he closed the door, the shuttle driver started up the car, and we sped off down the road at an alarming fast pace. Uh, those poor people walking the street. That's all I'm gonna say. I was too disorientated to try and figure out our destination from the landmarks passing by. But that didn't keep a sickening sense of anticipation from building in my gut. If there are any questions burning in your mind, now might be the time to ask. Marcus murmured to me from the other seat, his eyes glowing faintly behind their dark lenses. Uh, if I ever see that, if I'm in a black sedan and the person's wearing sunglasses and his eyes begin to glow behind those sunglasses and I see that, the first thing that comes to mind, it won't be a question. It's just simply me trying to get away from him as far as possible. I can't promise you much, let alone the answers, but I figure you deserve some symbolic of a welcome. Let it never be said that I am not a gentleman. Are you a gentleman though? Is every vampire completely nuts or is it just you? Were you waiting for me back there? Why was I turned to a vampire? Okay, this is kind of a little tricky. So what we're gonna do, we are going to save it here. All right. So I'm gonna ask a little bit of a legitimate question. Were you ready for me back there? I was indeed. Consider me the bouncer to the eternal party in hell. Right, that's enough for now. What was I turning to a vampire? What was I turning to a vampire? You'll have to ask my employer that, I'm afraid. I was probably told the details, but everything in my head sometimes blurs together into one big screaming mess. Is there right, that's enough for now. Oh, okay. I think what is going on here, if I'm not mistaken, because during this modern era, the vampires built this masquerade. Um, I believe I was turned into a vampire without the consent of the prince, and thus he just disappeared and just left me alone. So that's pretty much what's going on here. So I'm just gonna say that's alright, that's enough for now. Well, hold on. Hold on. Just give me a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. As you say, sister, that has to be crazy. We rode for a short while longer, and in the silence that followed, my mind felt blank. I was slowly coming to terms with what's happened, even though the rational part of me insisted I was stuck in a dream. Wait, hold on. Wherever Marcus was taking me, I can only hope that I finally learned the truth behind everything, including that mysterious man at the club. It wasn't long before we arrived at a huge, towering building marked with a giant sign that read Hollywood Heights Hotel. I passed by this intimidating place before, noticing the unusual high security outside. Everyone who passed through its doors had a certain strange presence about them, even stranger than most of the Hollywood's inanimate. Marcus pulled me out of the car and into the hotel's luxurious lobby, his boots clicking on the polished marble floors. We came to a stop in front of a private room, but instead of knocking, Marcus simply barged right in. He don't believe in knocking. He just I don't know what to say about Marcus. He just barged in. He don't knock. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm, I'm so sorry. I have to keep reading. Okay. Good evening, Sir Saurus. Saurus? Something. I brought gold, a little Escry novelty. Please give her your warmest welcome. Oh, did you just toss me, bro? Oh, welcome back, Marcus. An elegant woman stood up from her chair to greet us, her eyes flickering from Marcus to me. I've been expecting y- What was I look for? Marcus, there's been a mistake. This individual was not supposed to be bitten. I knew it! I knew it! I freaking knew it! I knew it! She spoke in the very slow, dangerous fashion of someone barely controlling their rage. At least that rage seemed to be directed at Marcus, not me. Is that so? Marcus shrugged, looking about as bothered as if he'd forgotten to get milk from the grocery store. But our sister here was the only pretty young dead thing to walk out of the laboratory. Your lucky candidate must have missed their opportunity. Missed their. The woman stapled her fingers to her upper lip, and from the murderous way her stare at the ground, it was a wonder she didn't burn a hole through it. Just one headache after another. The freak that's supposed to mean? If only I could have hired someone competent for a change. Finally, with a deep sigh, she turned her focus back to me. I had the distinct feeling her calculating eyes were scrutinizing me, doing some kind of rapid cost benefit analysis. Well, let me start by saying my name is Cyrus Lockett. Sa or Rise Sazres. And I apologize for all this happening to you. As you might have guessed, another mortal was supposed to receive the bite tonight, not you. It seems there was a misunderstanding. You know, I'm still not convinced this is real. Then there is no way to turn back. There's no way for me to turn back. What the hell? You just ruined my entire life. You know know what? If I was in that situation, I would definitely choose option three. Okay, I'll go with option A because I don't think any of these options is good. Uh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with save. I'm gonna go here. I don't think any of these options is good choices. Just honest opinions. Okay, here we go. You know, I'm still not convinced this is real. Yes, well, it is quite real. Much to your chagrin, I'm sure. It seems my agent was sabotaged, presumably by your mysterious sire, who is not who is no doubt an enemy of mine. I knew it. I knew it. Regardless, I'm rather short on time here, so I won't mince words. You can limit over your loss of humanity for the next century, or you can accept the hand you've been dealt and move on. Cyrus breathes along without trying to hide her impatience or annoyance, like I was inconceiving her or something, inconveniencing her somehow. Actually, it's the other way around. Actually, it almost left me speechless. She was going to chalk this up to a misunderstanding. You were an accident, but I'm offering you a purpose. As cruel as it may sound, this turn of events needed needing be a tragic one for you. It's a chance for all you could have ever wanted in life, perhaps even more, if you possess the will to survive. Therefore, my proposal is a straightforward one. Will you join the Los Angeles Coven of Vampires, my coven? I will. I don't have much of a choice, do I? Not particularly? No. I'm pleased you realize this, at the very least, so we can proceed past formalities. Oh, she is smiling, bro. I don't trust that smile. The briefest of smile flashed over her lips, like a subliminal message flicking on a TV screen. Very well, let me establish the main three rules of our cavering. 1. When you feed, do not kill. It is unnecessary since mortals almost always lose their memory of events leading up to the bite. 2. Never reveal your true nature to a mortal. By doing so, you endanger not only yourself but our entire kind. As a result, you will be disposed of. Also known as the masquerade, what I was just explaining. And finally, do not turn any mortal into a vampire without my permission. My explicit permission. That was also what I just said. So that means my character was turned without any permission. So turning someone into a vampire without permission will consider be illegal in their standpoint and will also result in death. So that's what I'm just basically saying. It's necessary to keep our population to a minimum, as otherwise the area could quickly become overcrowded. Do you understand all of these? Yeah, all of this. Crystal clear. I do. Yeah, yeah. Can you get to the point? Okay, I say I do. Good. See to it that you don't forget these rules. With a quiet Sorius motioned towards the chair beside Marcus, who had longingly stretched out into a seat while we were talking. As I settled down in the offered chair, Marcus flashed me a sidelong smirk. It seemed he found all of this particularly amusing. Sarah snapped her fingers to get my attention. My state of shock wasn't high on her list of priorities, apparently. Now go. You've arrived during a most difficult time. It just so happened that we're in the middle of a war. A misty political war raged in the dark, entirely unbeknownst to mortals. As she began her brisk business agenda, Cyrus elegantly lowered herself on a couch opposite to me. The three houses, the ones all vampires belong to, Escarai, Marvar, and Angelica, are fighting for the rule of Los Angeles. To put it very crudely, Escarai tend to be diplomatic, Marvar are more aggressive, and Angelica are everything else. If only it were that simple. Yes, well, no doubt she'll learn of the nuisances soon enough. That place looks so nice. Crossing her legs, Cyrus let out a faint sigh, one hand flitting to push up her glasses. The current ruling house is Iskarai, which you and I both belong to. We have governed Los Angeles for a number of years, but recently the other houses have been gotten a little, how should I put it, rowdy. We need to negotiate some sort of three-way peace to restore order, but that's easier said than done. There are simply too many secret deals, betrayals, and assassinations going on behind the scenes. However, you are new enough to be politically naive and unbiased. She paused, that critical light glinted in her eyes again. Unlike most of the other vampires in LA, you have neither an existing reputation nor any allegiances to speak of, and thus you may be the key to our reconciliation. I'm listening. Go on. I don't know if I feel like where this is going. So you want to use me as a political puppet. The first test I intend to give you is a simple one, but I will serve as an accurate measure of your potential. There is a meeting going on tomorrow night between Rendell and the powerful leader of the Marvar rebels and some Galacta embassies. I want you to sneak into that meeting and disrupt it. Wait, you want me to what? How can I disrupt it? That seems easy enough. No, I'd rather not walk into the death trap. This is something definitely I will say. I will definitely say that. How can I disrupt it? That would be the least of your concerns. You shall be more worried about getting past the guards. Well, I'm glad you thought about that first before you want to tell me about the mission. But whatever tools you have at your disposal, I suggest you use them. Quick thinking and improvisation are the key to seeing another sunset. I'm a vampire. I can't see a freaking another sunset. Tomorrow night, Marcus will call you an hour before the meeting. He shall have all the details you'll need. Make sure that no treaty is made between the Marvel and the Galacta. It is an important step towards forcing Randall onto our side. He's too valuable as a potential ally. Consider this test your trial. It is an opportunity to transcend your circumstances, to prove that fate chose you for a reason. With an air of finality, Sermons rose and stepped briskly past me, striding over to the door. Marcus shuffled aside, eyeing her with an arched eyebrow. You'll be staying here at the Hollywood Heights Hotel in a room intended for the candidate you replace. The hotel is managed by some of our people, so you'll be perfectly safe. The next time we speak, I'll be looking forward to the tale of your success, Gold. The door slammed. The door slammed shut behind her, and a swift clacking of her high heels slowly faded into the distance. I turned to Marcus, unsure how exactly to process everything Sirius had just told me. Well, 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 it seems the stars smile on you, sister. He let out a delighted chuckle, winking at me behind those dark lenses. Sirius doesn't like to make mistakes. You must have caught her in a good mood tonight. Tell me, what do you think of her, the Red Queen? Powerful, confident. I like her. Honestly, I'm not sure yet. It's too early to tell. I've met convicted feelings who seem more trustworthy. I definitely should save this right quick. Because I'm afraid anything I may say may actually get killed. So, we're going to do this. I would say it's a bit too early yet. Someone who reserves judgment. My God, you're a mythical beast twice over. Marcus paused, glancing down to an old-fashioned pocket watch in his palm. The fact that he owned one didn't surprise me in the least somehow. I will be calling your room around midnight tomorrow. It would be wise to prepare yourself in every sense of the word. Now, it's about time for me to head out, but before I go, I have one last thing to say to you, and I don't intend to say it twice. Watch that finger of yours, buddy. His expression suddenly grew dark. He stared at me intently, as if to confirm I was listening. Do not trust anyone. Every soul you meet in Hollywood is full of lies, some unintentional, others deliberate. Very rarely does anyone do what they say or say what they truly mean. Only a fool believes everything they're told. Do you understand me, sister? You mean I can't trust you either? That's impossible. Everyone has to trust someone. Thanks, Marcus. I'll be careful. Maybe I should save this. Yep. Do that. So, let's, what have I say this? And why would I be any different? My words are perhaps the least trustworthy of all. You shall never simply take what I give you. Oh dear, I do believe we've fallen into a paradox. It's rather dark down here, isn't it? Did I do something wrong? Snickering softly, he shoved a hand into his pocket, rummaging around for something. Where is the damn here? If you ever want to finger paint together or wherever it is you ascribe folk do for pleasure, this is where you'll find me. He reached for my hand, pressing a small object into my palm. My eyes flickered down to see what he'd given me. Is it a phone? Oh, doggone it. A small business card, colored bright red and emblazoned with bold black letters. Red and roses. A blood and roses. A dark paradise for all of your erotic fantasies, adult movies, magazines, and more. Was I misinterpreting this card, or did Marcus wrote work? But by the time I glanced up again, he was already gone. I hadn't even heard the door open or shut. How had he left the room so suddenly? Maybe it's for the best if I hadn't known, if I didn't know. Leaving the empty room behind, I found my way back to the front desk asking about certain reservations. A slightly awkward, pale-faced clerk handed me a key without question. Room 915. Numbling, I made my way into the elevator and up to my floor, where a porch corridor opened up to greet me. The room numbers felt like they passed by in a blurry masquerade: 909, 911, 913, 915, my new home. Ooh, that's so nice. Sparkling clean, warmly lit, beautifully decorated, and almost too glamorous to be real. The kind of room where you'll see stars partying, ordering and overdosing and ringing up their agents, shutting their curtains to hide from camera flashes straight out of a magazine. Up close, though, I realized the room was just as dead as me. The cameras were the only thing that had made it seem so alive. Wait, hold on. The cameras were the only thing that had made it seem so alive. But part of me had guessed that already. Already cameras be in the room. As I stared at one of the stock paintings on the walls, trying to figure out what emotion I was feeling, something stirred in my gut. A dull, aching hunger. It didn't feel like the hunger pains I felt before. It was in my mind as much as my body, like an addict who needed their fix. Was it a hunger for that? As much as I didn't want to even think of it as a possibility, the idea uncomfortably warmed into my head. Go look in his fridge, ignore it, try to go for a hunt. I look in the fridge. Maybe regular food would tie me over, or just water. I know that was BS, of course, but I pretended not to. I sunk over to the mini fridge, unsure of what I hoped to find. Pulling the tiny door open, I bent down to peer inside. But instead of discovering any water or food or even ice, I saw something completely different. Three packs of blood, neatly sealed in translucent bags like a morbid juice boxes. I snatched one up without thinking. At that moment, the the stitchy bed looked better than a meal from a five-star restaurant. Moving on impulse, I sink my fingers into the plastic, downing the cold liquid in giant gulps. The second it slid down my throat, a rush of energy flooded through me. The pain vanished and my body hummed with, well, not life, but something close to it. Drinking it came so naturally, and each sip tasted better than the last. But in the back of my mind, I knew that I lost some part of myself at that moment, something that might never come back. So I drank it till the bag was empty and it was over. A knock at the door interrupted my dinner. I drew the empty bag into the trash can, quickly wiped my mouth, my bloody lips, and reached for the door. I thought Sirius or Marcus had left, but maybe one of them had come back to tell me something. Oh, good evening. A gentle, a metallic voice purred out from the man before me. I never seen his face before, but he's too pale-skinned, and flashed fangs immediately gave away what he was. You're Gold, aren't you? How does everybody know who I am? Please tell me I'm right. Yes, that be me. What do you want? I wish handsome strangers knocked on my door every night. Not interested in solicitors. Yes, that's me. What do you want? I'm sorry. I meant to introduce myself before, but once you opened the door, all the words in my head just vanished. Alright then, how about we start over? Does that happen often? I have the effect on people sometimes. That's so sweet of you. Are already giving me a second chance. He gazed at me silently for a moment, a bright and thawed glimmer shining in his eyes. I wanted to talk to you, just for a little while. Promise I won't steal too much of your time. Sure, come on in. I guess if it's only a little while. Thank you. He slipped inside the room, glancing around curiously for a few moments. A faint feral scent drifted around him, just barely strong enough to be noticed. When he turned back to me, his eyes intently fixed on mine, flickering away now and then, as if he couldn't keep contact for too long. I didn't mean to catch you off guard, but I stopped by, well, impulse. I stopped by on well impulse. And really, I'm so happy that I did. He toyed with the frigid of his scarf, letting out a soft exhale. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Hayes. I already know who you are, of course, and I hope we'll get to know each other much better. Nice to meet you, Hayes. I could use some new friends. I wouldn't mind if we got to know each other a lot better. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Why are you here again? I want to be a little nice to this guy. That's all I want to do. Of course. I know Sirius and Marcus brought you in, but, well, neither of them are very confident to someone new. I passed Sirius on my way in, and she told me about what happened to you. It's awful, I said. I'm sorry, but apologies won't get your life back. So I wanted to offer you a sympathetic ear and a shoulder to cry on if you need it. He spoke quietly, gravely, as if we were attending a funeral for the girl who died back in that club. It wasn't so long ago that I lost my life too. The changes leave me almost numb at first, but when everything finally hits you, the loneliness is overwhelming. Oh wait, what just happened? Oh wait, let's return. I wish I could go back. I'm not going to mope about it. What's done is done. It can't be all that bad. We got powers and immortality, right? It's done now, so that's a strong attitude. I'm a little jealous. I just hope you can keep your strength after the weight of everything really hits you. He let out a quiet sigh, running a hand through his fluttery hair. It was it was a little surprising how much my situation seemed to upset him, considering the apathy or amusement everyone else has shown so far. Sarius mentioned your house too. Houses, well, they're supposed to be the core of who we are in this hidden world, what defines us, and what sets us apart. Our gazes met for a few moments. He kept his head slightly lower, either from shyness or a conscious effort to be coy. You know, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I could tell you were an Escry. Your aura and pulse, the emotions under your voice, everything about you is so vibrant, like you never left the world of the living. I'd be dying if I said I wasn't a little jealous. Most people are. Why jealous? You've got plenty of charm yourself. I was an actor, and is it really the same thing? But thank you. Yeah. Hurry up and get out my room so I can do my mission. Huff studied me for a moment in silence before his gaze shifted to the window. I glanced past him at the glittering cityscape, only to meet his stare again in the glass's reflection. The expression had quickly sobered. It was like his mood flickered in off at a whim. At a whim. Oh, great. He's a Galaka. You know, a few years ago, you've had a group of Iskarites who welcomed you into this new world. But now, well, with the war going on, everyone seems more interested in protecting themselves than helping each other, even their own house members. I can't stand it. Seems like a justified war if it means getting rid of Sarius. You're very empathetic for a vampire. Isn't there a way to make peace? Half shook his head, tracing his thumb along the cross at his neck. No, not while the Marvel and Gallica refuse to enter a treaty with us. The Ascari, that is. Until then, we're trapped in this endless cycle of bloodshed. I don't know who's more of a danger to us, the hunters or ourselves. Hunters? You mean vampire hunters? Why can't they reach an agreement? Because everyone wants to be on top. Everybody thinks their leadership will be the best. If you thought human government was difficult, imagine keeping a covering of aggressive, power-hungry immortals in line. It's like herding lions. Harv bit his lip, a troubling frown flitting across his face for a few moments. But listen to me, Gold, please. More than anything else, I hope you'll remember, if you don't want to be alone, you don't have to be alone. I run a bar downtown, nothing much, just a little nook for stars and a sanctuary for people like us. It's called Santeria. You won't come by sometime. I don't mean to sound pushy, but the warm lumps light reflecting his eyes as they flickered up towards me. His gaze was so longing, so hopeful that I had to wonder what I what I'd done to warrant it. There's something different about you, something that I've never seen before. Dude, just hurry up and say what you gotta say and get my room. I really like to talk to you more, if you let me. I love to come by, Harv. I might even make a surprise visit. I think about things. Uh-huh. No need to save me a seat. He immediately lit up at that, like I just offered him his favorite thing in the world. Then I hope you won't make me wait too long. I don't know if I could bear it. I should leave. The sun's coming up soon. But I remember to say a prayer for you, for your success tonight. Tomorrow. Sorry, not tonight. Until then, if you ever need me, you know where I am. With a gentle bow of his head, he gave me one last long look. Good night, Gold. Good night, Harv. Sleep well. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. With that, Harv quietly made his way to the exit, slipping outside. Once the door clicked shut behind him, I was alone again in golden solitary confinement. Like Hoff said, the sun will rise soon, meaning I needed to tightly shut the curtains and crawl up until tomorrow night. In a way, I didn't want to. Shutting the curtains would mean surrendering to the reality that this wasn't awesome, some insane dream. But I wasn't sure how much longer I could deny that reality. With that comes sunrise, safely hiding away. I turned off the bedroom lights. As I started at the LED glow of the alarm clock, letting my transformed body sink towards something resembling sleep, one last thought drifted into my head. I felt incredibly lonely. I felt deeply determined. I felt strangely excited. As unbelievable and terrifying as the night had been, a part of me was perversely thrilled. This new sense of power, this world of secrets, even the taste of blood. Maybe this was who I was always meant to be. With that feeling still sitting in my chest, I closed my eyes. Finally, a confident nothingness pulled me down into the dark and away from the coming day. Ring ring. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's 12:01. I've been waiting 3 hours for this call, anxiously pacing in my room. I picked up the phone before the third ring, readying myself for Marcus' poetic drool. hello to our valued Hollywood Heights customer. But instead, a boisterous, theatrical voice boomed at me through the receiver. Are you paying too much for your car insurance? We're offering a very special deal for the Hollywood Heights Platinum Rewards member. I think you have the wrong number. Hold on, let me do this right quick. I think after this I call it quits. Let me do this right quick. I slammed the phone back down on its base, unamused. But a few seconds later, call you, could you cut the BS, Marcus? Sonny, pick up the phone. I see my efforts to put your nerves at ease are underappreciated, sister. I'm madly disappointed. Oh no, I messed up. Hold on, wait. Baby, I could change that a little bit. Hold on, wait. Yes. um, hold on. How do I do this? Hello, is anyone there? You're real right, Marcus. I thought I could at least escape from scams in the unlife. Hold on. Yeah. Well, that is where you're wrong, sister. The biggest scam of all. Why, it's only just begun. Down to our business for the night, however. The place you're to go is July Company Parking, an abandoned garage downtown. That is where the parties of our doomed rendezvous are meeting. You'll need to find Randall and get him to call off negotiations. Do you follow me thus far, sister? Yeah, continue. My performance anxiety is kicking in. Now listen carefully, because here comes the best part. There's a knife that Randall loves very, very much. While he loves that blade as much as lost daughters love their daddy. If he thinks someone stole it, it'll drive him completely wild and put him in a very unprofessional mood. I heard Marcus inhale sharply on the other end of the line, like someone preparing to gleefully deliver news. And that knife just so happens to be waiting for you at the hotel's front desk. You take that knife, show it to Randall, and pretend you took it off a Gallica who wanted to drive a hard bargain with it. That's sure to ruin negotiations. I rather doubt Randall would mistake you for one of his unwashed lackeys, but Teresa says he'll be seeing too much red care. Got it. I'm ready. This sounds sketchier than gas station sushi, but okay. I have a really bad feeling about this. Hold on. Wait. Um, to here. Okay. Um, good. If you didn't, I'd be far more worried for you. What? Now, once you finished up, return to the hotel bearing all your good tidings. I have faith in you, Gold. Then again, I also have faith in Jack Kennedy, so maybe don't call yourself the Messiah just yet. I wasn't gonna go that far anyways. Click. It was sink or swim then. I didn't have the first idea of what to expect, and that terrified me, but if I survive so far in Hollywood among the living, then I'll find a way to do it among the dead. Okay, hold on. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to save it. And we're going to go to the menu. Yes. Okay, so that was it for today. Oh wow, it's like 1 hour and 15 seconds. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, for watching, or if you're listening on your phone, for listening at least. Um, Please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, share, and subscribe if you want to stay notified and hit that bell button. Also, this video is this is basically Valentine month, so that's why I'm playing Red Embrace Hollywood. But eventually, it's gonna in the upcoming months when everything runs over, then I am going to start premiering the game. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. It's just gonna be a game. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys next time. Stay blessed, stay golden, and take care. I love you all.